Hello, I'm Miranda and welcome to Books 101. I have just been to see the book thief. Oh, I tell you, 3 words, The Book Thief. One of the best movies I have ever seen. I have added this to the list of best movies. I tell you, it was absolutely amazing. I have read the book, The Book Thief. I thought the book, there were times when it got really annoying, but overall it's one of my favourite books. So seeing the movie come to life was just like, whoa. It was a real eye-opener because I didn't know how well it would translate to screen, and it was absolutely unbelievable. I went and saw this movie with my mum. My mum tried to read the book, she couldn't get through it, it didn't work out for her. So she's like, oh, I wonder how this is gonna end up being. And when we got in and we watched it, she got so immersed in it that she ended up having a little moment after the movie. Mum and I just came out freaking crying. It was just one of those movies where you just had to take a moment after you watched the movie. Before the movie came on, you know, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, okay, you know, how much of the book are they going to put into the movie? A lot of the themes from the book are into the movie, but they kept a lot of the mini things as well. This movie was beautiful from the opening scene. That first scene where we've got kind of the train and it's snowing, I'm thinking, oh, bloody beautiful. I thought the cinematography in this was absolutely stunning. When I found out it was the same kind of thing that did The Life of Pi, I'm like, oh, okay, no wonder, because Life of Pi, I didn't really like the movie, but it had some beautiful, like, shots and everything. This movie had just beautiful, beautiful shots. Okay, let's talk about the casting. The one that played Liesl, Sophie something, she played the part so freaking well. I think credits to her, and she's only a freaking 13-year-old. I handled it so maturely. She pulled the right facial expressions for it. Jeffrey Rush was absolutely unbelievable though. Like, oh my god, to play Hans, I was like, yes, this is exactly Hans. And oh, I think everyone played the part well. It definitely translated really well from book to movie. My favourite scenes was when she kicks that guy in the balls. Well, she was supposed to kick him in the balls, but in the movie she didn't actually kick him in the balls. She more just hit him. One of my favourite scenes definitely was the snowball fight. I thought that was just one of my best ever scenes, I have to say. I thought it was so cute. And, you know, Rosa, how she's just always, you know, but then, you know, she kind of loosened up a lot for that. I think this movie is good because you don't have to read the book to kind of see the movie. What I really can't stand is people saying, oh, like, it was a bit of a fail, and how they played it too safe when doing things about Nazi Germany. I do not think that they played it safe. I think they put enough into it without going overboard, you know, with things and using special effects and everything, just because they didn't have freaking blue screens and green screens galore. And I hate how people are like, oh, you know, this and that and da da da. And I don't even know if it's getting nominated for a freaking Oscar. I think this movie deserves a freaking Oscar. Also, when they kept the little things, how Hans, he's at the front of the house, and he's, you know, drinking, and then you know, Rose is like shouting at him, and he's like, Rosa, can you just shut your mouth for 5 minutes? And I lied. It was so cute. One of the saddest things, and I knew it was coming, was definitely the bombing at the end of the town, because you think about it, this whole movie basically took place, you know, in this little town, like in that street. That was really it. And when that street got bombed and, you know, death's narrating, and it's like this person's last thought and this person, oh, you know, when you saw them at the end, you know how Ludi always freaking wanted a kiss, that kiss when he died, oh my god. You know what freaking was sadder? At the very end, when they did the thing with the photos and the memories of her and her life, it just reminded me so much of Titanic. And, you know, this whole Jack and Rose thing going on, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go, another Jack and Rose thing, another, you know, another thing where I'm just gonna bawl my eyes out crying, and that just got me. If the bombing didn't get me, that just got me. I like how things were revealed when she first stepped inside Hans and Rose's house. How, you know, they like panned and they showed the house. Straight from the beginning, the scene at the beginning, how, you know, Rose was like, oh, you call me mama, lazy pig over there, you call him papa. And I'm like, this is like the book. I was just like, oh my god. I think one of the things that was really symbolic, and it wasn't until at the end where I actually started chatting to my mum about it. You know how at the very beginning she's kind of coming down the stairs and in hands is like, oh, good morning, Your Majesty. And then at the very end, before, you know, the bombing happens and she finishes writing her, like, life story in the basement, and he's like, good night, Your Majesty. I didn't realise this till the end, but I was chatting to my mum, and I thought, how symbolic is that? Because it's almost as if when he said, good morning, Majesty, that's when her story kind of begun, you know, in a way. Thing started, and then when he said, good night, Your Majesty, it's like, that's the end of the story. Big events that have been happening, and it's like, good night, Your Majesty, or good night to that part of your life. And I'm like, oh god, so symbolic. I didn't even realise that till the end. Max, I really highly enjoyed his character. I thought he played it so well. I tell you, the guy that played Max was so freaking hot. I was just like, oh, that guy has things going for him. It really made me just see how much things have changed. You know, that was 20 years before my mum was born, and it's like how the world has changed since then. I thought it was so horrible how they viewed Jews and everything just for being Jew. You're just like a human. You know, that freaking Hitler. What I really love about this book is just how at the beginning, you know, she can't really read, she can't write, and how words just inspire her, how books and just inspire her, make her want to learn. And I think it's so good that Max taught her how to visualize things, how to use words, whether Hans taught her how to write them. It was really, really powerful. And I loved when Max, his book that he had, he actually painted over the pages, you know, and kind of gave it to her to write in. I thought, oh my gosh, what did you guys think when Ludi, let's talk about Ludi. I loved Ludi. Oh my god, he's just like the cutest little blonde-haired boy in the world. I absolutely adored that dude. I could take him home as like a little brother. He's absolutely unbelievable. And I thought that guy played the part so well. And oh, what did you guys think when he jumped into that like lake/river thing to get the book for her? I thought, oh my god, Liesl, he has the biggest crush on you. Just freaking kiss him already. I just was like, oh my god. It was so funny, my mum, because she didn't get through the book like watching this movie, and she always used to be like, oh, you know, is this the part where so and so dies? Max kind of runs out of the basement and looks up at the stars and stuff like that. My mum was like, oh, he's gonna get caught, he's gonna die, and I'm like, saying anything, and I actually joked about it. I was like, yeah, something's gonna happen here, and she's like, oh, and then nothing happened, and I'm like, I got you. One thing that they majorly cut out was the cigar rolling, how she would roll Hans' cigars or whatever. I like how they didn't chuck that in scenes. That was like, even though you kind of knew the outcome, when they checked the basements and how Hans hid Max under the flag, I was like, Max, do not cuff, dude. Overall, I thought this movie, I rated just a 10 out of 10. I think everyone should just go see it. It is just an amazing movie. That's the end for my mini review for The Book Thief. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me your thoughts about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think, oh yes? Did you think, oh nah? Just tell me your thoughts and leave them down below. I'm Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.